My wife's nerves. That's it, eh? I got 1K subs. I only started with 100 and I got 1K subs. I only started with 100 and fucking 68 subs.
Are you shitting me? Nice.
that. These trucks aren't going to get in because these guys from the east can't get in. Or the west comes in.
I've been training all night. Push-ups, pull-ups, butt naked, sprinting down the dark alleyways. Nothing but Hadoukens and Oyukens. I don't even know the controls. We should have done maybe we should have done a little sparring session. Jesus!
is there some sort of debris that MTO is picking up?
For that traffic hazard, 417 White Lake Road, myself and Sergeant McGill are just escorting MTO, making sure all these cones get back up. There's probably 50, 60 down on the ground here. Someone hit them.
10-4.
3 Alpha 240, the convoy is now at mile marker 96, Boundary Road. And they have given the passing lane. They are now just occupying the driving lane. Tom Center, Alpha 249. That Walkley Road is a steady stream, both lanes. The one lane is down to about 60K. Cones are fixed, please.
10-4.
Very much longer. As soon as we're clear, we'll let you know. 10-4. Sorry, it's been hard to hear with the horns blowing here. Right.
Able to advise the primary lane vehicles out there northbound towards
It's approximately 5 kilometers long, and I just passed the lead vehicle at mile marker 18.
Canadians are calm. I swear they are.
This is where the action kicks in.
The whole 9 Or- yards.
3 Papa 099, 3 Papa 095 has been advised to switch back to the Belleville block group. Switch back in. And Papa 097.
10-4. Appreciate the help.
Driver got an update on the west convoy.
Built in there, so a whole crew of dudes just sitting on a bench. It's probably just like crews of fucking cops all sitting on a bench.
Nowhere. Kids don't let them by.
Three Alpha 051.
3 Alpha 051, go ahead.
Angelo's is clear of the convoy. There's another 26 large commercial vehicles and 175 passenger vehicles heading north on 16 now to try and get in the city.
10-4, I'll let North Convoy units know.
3 Alpha 240, now at Piperville Road.
Romeo 099. Same as the bridge at mile marker 24. Pedestrians on top and one person out on the side of the highway, well off the road.
Alpha 240, is there going to be a gap ahead of you? Or do you have cars going by you? There are cars rolling by, but they're supporters as well. They're flying flags, but they're going considerably faster than the convoy. There's a gap of about maybe 200 meters in front of me.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. 99.9% of Canadians.
Tango 007, 1010 on McGillis, please. Katie, you gonna go back to help out Redden with the convoy over at Campbell and Van Dusen?
Yeah, 10-4.
10-4, thanks.
Falls Kilo 2-1.
Kilo 2-1, guys.
Yeah, I just got on the 417 at Green Bank Pangrove area. The ramps on are fine, there's nothing blocking them. On the other side there's just multiple pedestrians, not one ramps, they're just on the shoulder. The ramp should be no line when the truck cannot get off at the other side. There is a couple of units there, I presume we'll take the door first.
104 is what it says on the video. It's 104 is what it says on the video. So look at that part.
Meteorol.
So look at that part.
Go ahead.
I don't know if this is good news or bad news, but as you go east here, the end of your convoy is at about mile marker. Good news, bad news, but as you go east here,
10-4.
once I add up all my numbers, I'll have a rough count for you of what was behind the Cornwall convoy.
10-4. 10-4.
Once I add up all my
Just
numbers,
going under Anderson.
what was behind the
10-4. Just going under Anderson. 10-4. Just going under Anderson.
Romeo 099, I'll be off for the vehicle, no plates.
Just going under Anderson.
10-4.
Romeo 099, I'll be off for the vehicle, no plates.
Just going under Anderson.
10-4.
10-4.
Romeo 099, I'll be off for the vehicle, no plates. 10-4. Romeo 099, I'll be off for the vehicle, no plates. 10-4.
Yes, this started with vaccine mandates, but for most here, it's about a lot more.
I think this is more of a freedom movement.
Well over 1,000 people lining the Trans-Canada Highway outside of Winnipeg in -30 wind chills, protesting what they call government overreach.
Somebody has to stand up for Canada, and the truckers are doing it.
It all started a couple days ago in Delta, BC. Truckers protesting vaccine mandates at the border. Now, as the convoy logs more kilometers, it's getting more support.
We're just really tired of getting our freedoms trampled on.
It's worth sticking up for what you believe in.
Three 070 1010 with command post.
10-4, command post, you copy?
Command post, go ahead.
It's PC and Audrey. Can you give me a 21 at 613-360-8348, please?
Just give me that number one more time.
613-360-8348.
10-4.
Convoy is going over Russell Road. Smith Falls from 3 Alpha 099.
Go ahead. Alpha 099, go ahead.
You show us out at with those pedestrians at Pinecrest.
10-4, thank you.
From what I can see now.
You know, that Confederate flag. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That Confederate flag still had the creases in it, and you can see photographers running up to take that guy's picture. but nary a word.
And I'd be
said to
looking
that
for.
man.
I mean, let me show you a real flag. You see this? This is my favorite flag here. It's a hockey stick with the Canadian flag on it. A homemade. I mean, the hockey stick part is my favorite part of that, and that's what this gathering is really about. Can I, excuse me, sir? Can I ask you what this flag is?
All people in the Europe, Dacia.
Okay, so it's a European
Hey,
flag.
I'm just on FaceTime with my cousin Tara, and she said that Pat King is already in Ottawa. He's walking around Parliament? Parliament.
Freedom Nations.
Freedom Nations live there.
240, just going by mile marker 109, Hunt Club.
Nice to see you. We're just live streaming right now. Lots of Rebel supporters here. You look at here's our friends at the JCCF, the Justice Center. They have placards.
They were going to be, you know, spending the night out in Arnprior too.
Kiss my antibodies. You know, that's a Canadian way of protesting. A little bit of a sense of humor.
Heard that they started blocking it just after I drove by, and that was at like 10:30, 11 last night.
You're from Ottawa, right on. And what flag do you have there? Oh boy, I see a ton of these, but even the swear is polite. It's the maple leaf instead of the U. Lots of friendly folks here. Sheila, do you have any questions for me? I mean, everything here. Go ahead, Sheila.
I was just going to say, are you seeing any mainstream media in the crowd, or are they sort of standing on the edges, treating this like it's a wildlife photography event?
Yeah. I have walked through here. Now it's Milwaukee. It's very, very close, so I can't say that I've been everywhere. But I have seen a lot of cameras. All of them have been from independent media, including some from Quebec. I asked them who they are.
Gotta be the Western, because I recognize that voice from the radio.
I think that the legacy media, the government media, the corporate media, they're
a couple of the girls that I was traveling with on Highway 11, and they were just outside Pembroke, and it's just gridlock, and they're all a part of the convoy, so...
Flag, I just love that. I mean, how Canadian do you get a hockey stick flag? How are you, ladies? Where are you from? And the right on, better be right. See, that's a very positive message, Sheila. That's not a negative message. It's something, here's a Rosetta Stone for decoding what Justin Trudeau says. It's a psychological trick. He cries out in pain when he hits you. So he's the sexist who sexually assaulted Rose Knight in Preston, BC. He calls you misogynist. He does blackface so many times he can't keep count, but he says you're racist. He's the one who's been violating our civil liberties for 2 years, but he says these are the violent ones. He's the one who says, should we tolerate the unvaccinated, while he calls you intolerant? It's a sociopathic kind of manipulation. And so this is the most peaceful, normal Canadian group you'll ever meet. But Justin Trudeau is demonizing him. And frankly, it's very un-Canadian what he's doing. For him to call this a small fringe, when he has the smallest vote in Canadian history, 32%. He's got a minority government with 32% in a low turnout election. For him to call anyone else fringe. So understand what Trudeau says to you in an attack is likely him projecting his own weakness. He's the extremist. He's the intolerant one. He's the violator of your rights. He's the racist. He's the sexist. But he will put that on everyone here.
Now, I wanted to ask you, Ezra, we've seen a lot of, I would call it public health theater during the pandemic. And I think in this protest, the reaction from the authorities
Falls,
seems to be
3 Alpha 099.
They closed the 2 bridges into Ottawa to prevent the truckers from coming in. They closed one.
Just an update, the Pinecrest
designed completely to
on-ramp is blocked currently due to some supporters on the side of the highway here. The off-ramp is open, and all 3 lanes of the 417 eastbound are moving well.
I went right up to it because I saw that on social media. I saw someone saying they turned off the
coming up to Ennis.
And I thought, could be, but let me check it out because I'm only 3 blocks away. So you can see my tweet. I went right up to it. Like I didn't reach over with my hand because my arm's not long enough.
Gabriel Royal is ready, copy.
Carefully. There is no flame.
Yeah,
that flame has been burning. It's not called the eternal flame. It's called the centennial flame. You got it right. It was created in
Looks like the our convoy is staying in the driving lane behind me, so we should be okay.
For every province and territory, and that thing burns 24/7, 365. It just does.
Yeah, we'll assess. We'll do the 3, and then we'll assess once they start to exit, and then we can change plan if need be.
You know the highway traffic cams that you can see what. There's hundreds of them. They turn them
They're pretty tight. It looks like they're following their escort vehicle extremely closely, and he seems to be directing them.
On a weekend, well, surprise, surprise, the Department of Transportation suddenly was very, very interested in pulling every bloody truck over to get them on the weight scales and check their logs. It is harassment, and the worst of all was from Nova Scotia.
Come left here a little bit.
I'm not sure
You're
if
in
you
their
covered
lane. That's
that
the
yet,
exit lane.
Sheila, but the government simply issuing an edict. You cannot protest. You cannot go along the side of the road.
We have some pedestrians on 417 at the Ennis Road.
That's called a bill of attainder. A law made to attack one guy. Imagine if there was a law passed. You could go to any protest you want except Black Lives Matter. Obviously completely unacceptable, but they're doing that on government stationery and official order in Nova Scotia against the convoy. They're doing it in the guise of public health, but you're so right, public health theater, it's all
Ennis Road,
and I think everyone here knows that. There's a little bit of a trumpet. There's a trumpet. Back to you, Sheila.
You know, I was talking to my husband, who
Just got
is in
to
the
the
trucking
Orleans
industry, and he
Rockland
said opening
113
those waste
exit.
trails was not only designed to inconvenience the truckers and slow them down, but he suspected it was designed to prevent anybody from getting a real feel for just how big the convoy was. It was designed to break it up into smaller pieces so that the media could never show you that it was.
Confederate flag is just a flag like any other.
Okay, traffic is
kind of like, you know, some of the stereotypes on people. We just learn to live with them, and yeah, we want everybody there.
Your husband obviously knows a lot.
You know what, Queen Bee? I don't care if they fly
So I would accept that. We saw police shutting down entire highways in Ontario, claiming they were impassable. They were obviously passable. Just some fireworks going off in the background here.
Okay, it looks like they're all falling in line behind the lead vehicle heading off at Aviation Parkway.
Oh my God! I had to hide under my desk. Gunfire! No, it was a firework. You know, the contrast between the real friendly festival nature. Someone's got a flare. There's often flares where there's trucks.
Yep.
Yeah, PCM and just PG, we've been asked to redeploy to Ottawa. Stand by. I'll be switching over to Ottawa.
Trudeau's dad, Pierre Trudeau, who invoked the War Measures Act. So, I mean, I have mixed feelings about Trudeau. Pierre Trudeau's about 99%.
Pop up on the screen. Is it in lane 1?
But I can name exactly 2 things he did that were good. He did bring in the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, which is designed to limit government power. It's amazing. I don't even think Justin Trudeau...
Lane 1 it is.
Because he violates it with impunity.
Yeah.
He's like his father. He says he looks up to communist China, communist Cuba, and his father looked up to the Soviet Union.
Down between Rochester and Parkdale.
The people here are better keepers of Canadian liberty than the chief lawmaker of this country. I'm really glad to be here, and I'm glad we've got a team who's been embedded with this convoy for the last week. Mocha Vazir again, and a young rebel in training.
The ambulance was full hydro westbound.
We've got our Quebec friends, Alexa Lavoie and Guillaume coming in from that province. I'm pleased with how we're doing.
Ottawa, 38097.
I think we lost your audio feed there, or your video feed there, boss. But I was just thinking about how local governments and provincial governments react when, for example, Extinction Rebellion rolls into town and shuts down traffic. They actually don't do a damn thing, and quite frequently they actually escort Extinction Rebellion around. They help block the traffic for them. And yet right now in Nova Scotia,
on the
they
other
are
side
making
of
sure that people
Arnprior,
can't
and
take to
what
the
he's
highways
saying
to
is
show
that
their
it's
support for the truckers as they roll
low
by. And I
over
think
there.
we lost Ezra Levant. As I said off the beginning of the show,
Yeah, up
there
to
is
Ottawa.
extremely cold
I
there.
believe to be on standby.
For
And we were asked to switch over to Ottawa. Just wondering where you want to stage it.
I don't see anybody else on the line on the Zoom call that's out in the field right now. So we
Those
will
responding
continue on
units
to some
from
of our other
EOC,
coverage that we had.
head to the Ottawa detachment.
Why don't
And
you know what,
there'll be more
Mr.
info once you
Producer?
get there. Stage Ottawa detachment.
This, I think, is one of the largest stories in the world right
3
now.
Alpha 240 at 1010 with Command Center. One of the CICs, please.
Support for Canadian truckers, and that kind of shocked me because they have their own problems down there. But you know, we'll take the support when we can get it.
Ottawa Police is now telling us not to use Aviation Parkway. Has something changed?
It's been on Fox News on just about all of their primetime shows
Negative.
for the last week, and our friend Mocha Bezergan, he's our young reporter.
Staff
who
Sergeant Nicholas
is
from EOC,
Toronto,
are you able to
moved
advise?
Calgary and then hopped on the convoy in Calgary in a rental car. You can see all of his coverage and support, his journalism embedded in the convoy at convoyreports.com. But he was on Newsmax last night, so another sort of
And unit that was calling, where are you getting that
conservative
information
outlet in
from
the
Ottawa
United
Police?
States are interested in this
If they're
story.
there,
They're
ask
not
them where that's
doing
being filtered
the
from.
mainstream media demonizing of it that you
I'm
see
here
in
with
Canada.
Ottawa right now, and the two Ottawa officers are arguing where these people are to go. The highway is shut down. I need somebody at CIC to give me some direction.
Stand by, we're working on it.
Canada, all the way from Vancouver to Ottawa, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of supporters on the sidewalks, on the roads, on intersections, in front of their house. Some are in ones and twos, in 20s and 30s, some in hundreds and 200s. And as we come close to Ottawa, the amount of supporters just grow exponentially, and it's crazy. I have not expected it to be this big. The support.
Well, it's interesting.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, it's interesting because you heard Justin Trudeau there really cutting these people down, saying they're unacceptable. Fringe. Well, there's a lot of fringe people, I guess, coming out. You even have
Past Rochester, passing close to Bronson, still no visual, but there is heavy traffic here.
coming out and supporting them. Do these truckers feel the support, not just from the people who are cheering them on the side as they're passing by, but from the country and from the world?
We did have a caller say he was in a truck behind them, trying to warn people about it being stopped.
And whenever I ask them about the support they are getting, whether from the people outside the state or across the world, they start to cry. And I am not exaggerating. I asked three truck drivers, three of them started crying because they did not expect
That is
this much
confirmed by their
support.
command as well
It's
here
really,
at the NCRCC.
it's really incredible.
Vehicles are still
Whatever
continuing
is
down
going to
Aviation
happen in
Parkway.
Ottawa today, tonight, or
10-4.
tomorrow, it's going to be something very interesting.
EOC
I'm
copies
very
that as
sure
well.
of that.
Mocha, obviously you got the Prime Minister calling them a fringe group, as Lindsay also mentioned, but you know, there's a lot of concerns. The security of Parliament there in Ontario is saying to lawmakers to lock your doors, you might be targeted. They're kind of comparing this to maybe a Canadian Jan 6th. What do you say to that? What do these truckers say to that?
Well, obviously they are not like that, and they say, no, we're not a fringe.
Come on, let's get our speed, bud.
And I think that they are the people, because I see the numbers.
CC from Kilo 301. I'm almost at mid-gas and still no visual. I'm assuming the vehicle's already with their gas and their GOA, but I'll decide.
10-4, we haven't had any calls since 1306. We had 2 or 3 time of ones and then nothing since then.
10-4, I'll advise, and 2 or 3 can disregard.
Big unity here. I myself am from Turkey, and I have interacted with hundreds of people here, and I can generally tell you it's more diverse than the Liberal Party of Canada.
Mocha, real quick, because we don't have a lot of time left, but I know they've raised a massive
from
amount
Kilo
of money
301.
on GoFundMe. I understand the funds haven't been released. Where does that stand right now? We don't have a lot of time left. Do you know?
Yeah, patrol to Nicholas and the vehicle's GOA.
10-4, clear to touch.
Several, please.
Well, no question, a lot of support. Before we let you go, are you able to pan the camera just a little bit so we can see the trucks that are behind you?
These are just some of the trucks. These are just some of them. There are more, hundreds and hundreds of more that are coming. We were...
Chevy behind the yellow Peterbilt is retarding out his door the whole way under that overpass.
Wow, that's so impressive, and I understand in some very frigid temperatures as well. Thank you so much for being with us tonight, Mocha Bezirgan. Great reporting.
That was awesome. Mocha did a great job on Newsmax. He's really doing a wonderful job. I hear from truckers on the convoy that he's doing a great job representing the company while he's on the road, and he's really doing a great job telling the stories of those truckers as well. You know what, Mr. Producer, maybe, because I want to stress, Mocha is working night and day. He's even working while he's driving. He's got a helper there who's taking footage, and then he stops, and then he gets out his drone, and it's just night and day. It's a really grueling schedule that he's working because the truckers are driving, but Mocha's driving, and then working, and then editing, and then working, and then doing live hits with American outlets. But last night, he got to Ottawa, and he got his drone out, and he took some drone footage. Mr. Producer... Oh, perfect. Actually, let's go to action. Sorry, I was calling for a video there, but I could do a lot better than that because I've got Dakota Christensen there.
Can you hear me all right? In about 10 minutes.
Yes, I can hear you, but I can't see you yet.
It's going to go into the 3 lanes. And then we're going to get merged completely to the right.
Amazing. Awesome. Fantastic. I'm right here in front of Parliament. There's a sea of people here. The streets all across downtown are absolutely flooded. You cannot drive anywhere around here. They're filled with people. Let me just pan around just for a moment. I'm standing on the lawn of Parliament here, and there is just absolutely, like, I'm in an open spot here. It's a little dispersed, but I'm just going to walk forward a little bit for you here.
Yes.
And you have to push your way through an ocean of people here right now. As you walk through here.
What are they telling you? Because Justin Trudeau keeps telling me that these are fringe, xenophobes, extremists, quite potentially terrorists. Are you getting that vibe from them, Dakota?
Not at all. The vibe is lively here. People are celebrating. They're feeling free. There are signs up everywhere. Mandate freedom. Free us. Don't harm our children. Everyone is out carrying flags. People are here cooking. I'm going to walk towards the road here for a moment for you as I push past people. Excuse me. I'm right in the thick of it here, but if you look to the road here on Wellington Street, the trucks are parked all the way across, all lanes, and it's completely blocked all the way through. Everyone's constantly honking their horns. There's an incredible amount of nice people, horns, they have whistles. There's so much going on here, but like all of downtown Ottawa is absolute mayhem, but it is very positive. It is completely upbeat. Everyone's peaceful, and the streets have just been flooded with people spreading an anti-mandate, pro-freedom message. It's quite incredible to be here. There's just so much going on everywhere, all around.
Dakota, I think your Zoom feed has frozen, but from what I understand, there are just so many people down in Ottawa that everything keeps freezing. I know Alexa is having the same technical difficulties where there are so many people trying to use the internet at the same time that it is just becoming very nearly impossible. So I think to deal with that, we'll have our team sending in footage throughout the day also, besides going live. Dakota, what are you hearing from the people that are there? What are they telling you about why they're there? Because the media has sort of painted this as anti-vax, just, you know, fringe radicals. Did we lose Dakota completely? I think we did. I won't ask him any more questions then. Oh, he's back. Yeah, you're back. Let's hear it.
Yeah, sorry. I realized. Sorry if you can see me here.
Not quite yet.
I realized as soon as I descend down into the street, I lose coverage.
I think that just speaks to the sheer number of people there who are also live streaming this very historic moment. And quite frankly, I know it causes us technical problems, but I'm glad to see it because I think that will prevent a lot of the mainstream media lies from sticking to these people. The more footage, the more angles, the more people who are doing citizen journalism, the better. Even though it is technically inconvenient for us as we try to broadcast to everybody today. It's just a good insurance policy for everybody there.
So, do you have me again here?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You're off at NBC.
Amazing. Yeah, as soon as I descended the street there, I'm on the Rays kind of front lawn of Parliament here. As soon as I start going down towards the street, completely lose all connection. There's just so many people, and there's so many blocks there. But like you were saying, I think also the cell service is taking a major hit because the streets have just been absolutely flooded.
With just a fringe minority that keeps telling me, but there's so many people on Parliament Hill, it's causing the cell service to crash.
Oh, it's okay. There's 2 incidents up there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised they haven't just cut things at this point, honestly, but it's quite incredible. And so far, everything has been completely peaceful, positive, upbeat. It feels like there's an incredible music festival or something going on in town, and everyone has just turned out for it. It's like there's just this electric energy in the air, and everyone is so excited. It's palpable.
Oh, and the cold's not getting people down, hey? That's good to see, because I thought when I looked at the temperature there and it was minus 21, sure, the out-of-towners are already there, so they're going to stay and they're going to come, but when I was talking to Ezra, there were tons of locals who were there, braving the frigid temperatures just to send a message to the government.
Number do you want on the top?
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. The cold is not stopping anyone here right now. Everyone is out there. People having cookouts with the truckers on the street. There are people out here. They're just running around praising. It feels like it's the middle of a summer day. The last time I saw Ottawa even resemble a slight bit of this was when I was here on Canada Day one year. And this pales in comparison to that. And that was a hot summer day with everyone coming to Ottawa, the nation's capital. This here now is absolutely next level.
We got this. Positive thoughts.
It's just incredible. And the cold, like I was saying, is not stopping anyone. It's negative 20 out here. No one seems to be having an issue with that whatsoever.
Now, what are your predictions? I know I'm asking you to look into a crystal ball, but I think you have a crystal brain. What are your predictions? How do you think Justin Trudeau is going to react to this? And we know he's in hiding right now, isolation, as they say. But do you think that he's going to react? And what do you think is going to happen?
Honestly, it's so hard to say. I was really worried that they would be a harsh crackdown on this, but at this point, I honestly don't think they're capable of doing so. There are just so many people here, they would not be able to stop anything. And if the pressure keeps up like this, I think there might be some breaking going on. I feel like Trudeau and the government existing as it is are shaking their boots because there's nothing they can do to stop this. As long as this remains peaceful and upbeat as it is, this is just continuous grassroots pressure that seems to be coming from all corners of the country right now. And I think it's inspiring so many other people to stand up. It's incredible to see.
Yeah, from your lips to God's ears, Dakota. I think I've normally seen at these protests, it's a cross-section of humanity. Some of these people that are out there protesting today, in the before times, would have been Trudeau voters, but for them, this is just a bridge too far.
Back there too, they're all bunched up behind the fort, so hopefully they'll be able to spread that out.
interested in doing an interview. You want to see what some people have on their minds?
Sure, yeah, let's do it.
Someone to walk.
I'm live with Rebels right now. Here. All right, so what are we out here for today? What's the point of coming to the Capitol right now? This is
driving lane right now.
I'm from Australia. We have a tough day. It's a worldwide fight to end tyranny and bring back freedoms.
Yeah. And if you could describe the vibe right now, what are you feeling? What do you think people are feeling?
I feel like it's just heating up.
Yeah.
A lot of peace. Everyone's out here just having fun. There's a new level of unity now.
Yeah. And what do you think? Do you think we'll have positive outcomes from this?
This isn't stopping.
This isn't stopping.
I live in Toronto. This is happening every weekend.
Yeah.
Until we get our freedom back, that's what we're worried about. For everybody.
And of course, you see the mainstream, everyone calling this fringe, extremist, even terrorist. People have been told there could be security threats. What do you think?
If you have a million people like we do today,
Staff Sergeant Nicholas, duty unit on 417 at the Aviation Parkway ramp. Auto Police has advised that they do not want our assistance directing traffic off the ramp. So we'll see units. You can go 10-8 from that location.
Yeah, all right, on the camera here, live right now. Yeah, there you go. People are they're excited.
Also 248, just to confirm, we are to pick up everything at Aviation and let traffic flow freely westbound. 10-4?
Yeah. Sorry, Sheila, you were saying.
10-4, Auto Police is advising they no longer need our assistance at the ramp, and we are going to let traffic flow freely to go whichever
we
direction
kind of gave him
they
the
choose.
old bait and switch there.
Yeah.
But it does seem like a
And
festival
that comes
vibe.
already from the CIC.
Yeah, Ezra said it felt like
it does.
Like
Coming from Staff Sergeant Nicholas at the NCRCC, and I have been in contact with
honestly, it feels like it feels like they've already declared victory. Like what that just reminded me there is I feel like I'm on the streets and we just won World War II. You know, this is the V-Day, this is the iconic, photo of the man kissing the woman here celebrating. Like this does not feel like people are fighting for their freedoms here. It feels like they're celebrating a victory already. It's so positive and there's so much energy in here. It's like people are celebrating the greatest thing in the world. So despite the fact that we are still technically all locked down and mandated with our vaccines, and it feels as if the government is still crushing down, like it feels being in this crowd like everything's been lifted. Like those laws, if you consider that, are meaningless at this point because it feels like it's all a farce at this point. It's just lifted. Gaslighting has no power here.
Yeah, you know what? Mr. Producer suggests that we bail off YouTube, and we probably should. So maybe if you could cut that feed, and I'll just keep talking here. Dakota, you... No, you're fine. We're just being overly cautious. We don't want...
207, status check on yourself.
The convoy started the day off before dawn with fireworks in Enfield, Nova Scotia. Trucker Jody Newell says he decided to join to protest cross-border vaccine mandates targeting his industry.
We don't believe that the government should be forcing us to do something we don't want to do that could affect our health.
Samantha Monahan helped organize the East Coast leg of the protest. She says they're going to Ottawa with a message.
To stop all mandates
Advisor, we're 10-7 back at the office, walking off. Thank you.
To just bring everybody together again and open up Canada and make it free.
By late morning, the convoy arrived in Moncton with hundreds more turning out in support.
What is this about?
I think it's about people coming together and wanting to live freely. And wanting to be able to make choices.
Tell the truth.
The Atlantic Provinces Trucking Association disapproves of the protest convoy. Their executive director, Jean-Marc Picard, is worried how it will affect an industry struggling with recruitment.
For the last 2 years, we were seen as heroes in a great industry and essential, and so hopefully it won't leave too much of a negative impact, mark I should say, but these things can turn fast, and look at how it's escalated, and it's not even about trucking anymore.
The convoy picked up more supporters just outside Fredericton. They'll continue to Rivière-du-Loup, Quebec, where they'll stop for the night. The Canadian Trucking Alliance has estimated that as many as 15% of truckers are not vaccinated against COVID-19. The convoy is expected to arrive in Ottawa on Saturday. Suzanne Lapointe, Global News, Moncton.
Image there with the get fucking hundreds of zero work.
3 Echo 001, go ahead.
Copy a mail party and the Quebec marker, please.
Go ahead.
Quebec marker Zulu 90 X-ray Golf X-ray. AZRO.
Stand for semi.
Obtain the vehicle's marker. Stand for.
I-10-4 getting report of a 2 vehicle 1050, 417 westbound under the Hunt Club overpass. Black hatchback, rear-ended another vehicle.
10-4, take my way.
Red, we need your flag here. Mike, got a copy. This is Old Red.
We're getting a second call from Canadian Towing, says it's under the Hunt Club Bridge. Black Jeep rear-ended a black Hyundai. Quite a bit of debris on the road.
Bill 301,
Keep it at this, I think, for the until we get filled up. Actually, don't see any reason to off with the 30 something or other.
And 301, they are indicated the drivers are part of the convoy.
Never. Eastbound past the Palladium, I believe, is the exit by the Canadian Tire Center.
As well as copy, you're eastbound from Palladium.
Great news, mate. Get everybody bunched and let's sew it up and do it properly. Being behind us.
On a black 2016 Hyundai Elantra, vehicles authorized to circulate, registered to a Guillaume Tardif, born in 1990. He's from Quebec City. He's subject to 0 presence of alcohol. And he's coming back 1060, negative CNI. 1027 status is showing. Valid. Restriction interlock 10-4.
Never. I'll be with me.
It's old people, young people, everyone. Canada West Convoy.
Yankee 096, sorry, we were just switching dispatchers. Go ahead.
Cars wouldn't get out of your road, eh, Mr. Bose? Really go anywhere.
And just be advised, I'll turn around at Anderson to make sure that I don't miss it. I didn't see it from the overpass.
Tough, they said it's right under the bridge.
Nope.
They check it out.
Yeah, 10-4. I don't see anything. I'm right on the corner here, though, at the end of the Huntmar OC Transpo on-ramp.
Okay. I'll head there. Some guy said he watched it on live. So I don't know what that means. Does someone videotape it happening?
10-4. I think there's 2 Ottawa traffic units here parked behind me as well, and they're not moving, so I would say that it's not within sight here anyways.
Center, do you have a call for service yet?
I don't. I can make one, though, and I'm just asking on the other talk group if they have anything there.
I'm just going to start heading east. I'm just by Highway 7, so I'll check it out. I'll let you know.
10-4.
And go down there and find them and then kind of tighten things up a bit. Relay back. We're going to get the second bobtail group that's way back there to have hammer lane. Try and catch up to us, get in front of those 4s. And then somebody at the back of the pack open up a door for them guys to sneak in. We'll try and push the 4s back a little bit farther. Matt, that's kind of what we want to do.
Okay, yeah. I'll drop back here.
Breeze.
The locals want to be involved, so you're gonna have to deal with four-wheelers if you like it or not.
Worried about getting into the parking spot down here and not having any room for the trucks to park.
OPP coming up.
Keep passing each other till we and cut in. We should be able to squeeze out the four-wheelers.
Orange Pete, pull in. Concept, I'm parked right by the overpass on the shoulder. So appreciate you Taylor to come up behind me here. .5 kilometers away from...
Got the knob hanging out the window.
I'll go in. I don't care which one. Where I go.
The four-wheelers here looking to join in. Are you guys going to Canada right now? Best we can, but you got cars and stuff in there?
Had a rear ender here, right by the overpass for Ron Park.
Guys, what? Guys.
Alright, sorry guys, I'm just gonna put you down for a quick second.
Got a copy? Numbers 2 is asking me what you would like him to do. He's at Antrim, timestamp 140.
What?
He's at Antrim still? The tech town, Scott. Shit, I can call him here and find out where he's at. I'll give him a shout.
Run back there, Allie.
Yeah?
On my horn for a bit, my fingers are getting...
3STT.
Alright guys, I got the power bank in. Seems to be working in the cold, so I'm gonna keep this live stream going for maybe another hour.
Cet après-midi, ce soir et cette nuit, dégagé, vent jusqu'à 15 km par heure.
Back out here all day
Minimum
so stay tuned.
You're making me deaf. I got them out in your ears and your truck behind me. Here, between you and the guy ahead of me here, I think I got jake brakes on. Not here to fuck all anymore, come on.
Thank you.
Sorry guys, I'm gonna put you down for another second.
We're just gonna slow down and get this white Dodge out of there. We got emergency ambulance in the Hammer Lane, make room.
Ambulance, Hammer Lane.
Relay back, ambulance.
Ambulance, relay.
Ladder up here, I see him in the mirror. Let's stay here for now, there's too much traffic coming up on our right.
Alright, let's go. Let's go! What up, what up? Yes, sir! That's good, that's good.
Just gonna slow down and everything. I'm gonna get this four-wheeler off to the side. He's gonna cause an accident there.
Slow going, so... We're gonna try to... Yeah.
Coming into hammering.
Gang together. I got backup, people. I got backup. It's wild, eh? Too much. It's shoulder to shoulder, so it's hard to move around there. Yeah, I was there. It was like not busy, like it was good flow of people.
Road there, boys. There you go. Not ambulance.
Concept here, I'm still waiting by that one overpass,
9.4 kilometers away from Pinecrest.
Or don't, that's your choice. Yeah, thank you all. Thank all of you guys for the super chats.
Here,
been delayed in,
there's going to be a big orange sign, convoy to Pinecrest. It'll be signage like this all the way in, okay? Just watch out for it.
And thanks for joining me on this live stream.
And four, going to be orange signs everywhere.
We need more viewers.
Which turns to take. We go on to Pinecrest, it's going to turn into two rights. And then we're going to have to get on to an immediate left anyway. So that's why we're going to stay in this middle lane like this. Pinecrest is only going to be 2 lanes. Where are you guys from Pinecrest right now? 5 minutes. Where's that convoy at? Roll at 40. How hard we try, we're not going to get rid of these four-wheelers. Everybody's just joining in left, right, and center. It's inevitable. But it's going to be, you know what it is? I think the whole thing's going to be, but enjoy the moment. Again. The vehicle roll. Yoda and CB. Yoda. You get a hold of Farmers, dude? I sure did. He's running sweeper back there. He's going to wait for everybody to go. The last of the fours just left the truck stop here a little while ago. 1 hour and 14 minutes of solid traffic. Oh, not out in the air to here, guys. 5 kilometers to the exit. Just no one from the light station. Just saw one Bob Taylor coming past me, so the rest shouldn't be too far behind. Bob Taylor's like getting taken up. spot there. In line there. No, you just stay in here. That's exit 140. Lots of room out here.
Our cop, OPP sitting on the far right lane by an accident scene here, right where I'm parked. So take one lane to the left when you get to the overpass. Center lane, coming past me.
Do you have a copy?
Yo, let's cut through Sparks right now.
In one. Middle lane. And back. Lane once we get to the 3 lane. 2 lane. Sure you are. Just hold up there, Kevin. Just jump in and just take up the tail here. I need somebody.
It's like it's saying transmission is slow due to weak network connections. Yeah.
And especially around here.
10-4, thank you.
No, I'm not trying to depend on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, just be advised, I've got 251s at scene that are going to be hooking up the vehicles. We are on the right shoulder and part of the on-ramp, so we'll continue traffic control until we move off of here. And I'll input all the info because it's way too loud to is on the radio and due to the convoy support.
10-4.
Let me know when I can jump in.
At the back if we can, please. We want the units to the trucks rolling all together.
For each other, nobody heard. City, you're gonna have to grab at the back of the pack with all the 4-wheelers, please. We want to keep all the rigs together.
They are, but make sure.
Stop.
And not to use it as a live.
Come up here, we're going to go under the bridge, and then we're going to turn right on the Pinecrest. Once we go under the bridge, it's going to be a right to Pinecrest. Stay in the middle lane. All these 4-wheelers are holding us up in the middle lane. We're all going to lose you. They can just roll safely. If there's 4-wheelers in between you, it's going to be what it is. We've kind of gave them clues that it's just going to be what it is. We got a lot of excited people that want to be convoying today or parading. So it is what it is.
Happy they want to join. Don't be pissed off and let them see pissed off truck drivers.
See you guys.
Ben, take it all in. Are here.
Here, boys, after some hard traveling, we're here. This is our victory lap. This is awesome. We see that our country is united. My heart's full and blistering, so I don't know how anybody can be angry. Let's just take it all in. This is so awesome.
staying on the shoulder with our lights on to make sure people are slowing down so they don't rear end the back of the convoy.
Perfect, thank you.
An awesome little parade the whole way, and now we're just, this is the nail of the crusade. This is awesome.
Look at all the bonding we've done, boys.
Okay, so I just cleared out a whole bunch of... We're gonna have to do this every 29. New Canada Day, guys.
60% to PC Bo. Now, is that the end of the convoy?
Yeah, 10-4, that's still the stragglers as well.
Wow, no problem. I did. But
you copy?
Okay, 10-4, I'll redirect them to your location.
Yeah, it's kind of split up. The first vehicle that got hit from behind is right at Canada Ave eastbound, and the vehicle that did the hitting, I'm told, I haven't seen it, but apparently it's another 500 meters up near the overpass, the Walker's overpass there for Eagleson.
10-4, I'll update them.
RCMP thought, let's infiltrate them. And it was basically a make-work project for the security establishment here in
You'll be able to see it. It'll say time
and at one point, I think the leader, the deputy leader,
road cones on the road up here.
was an undercover.
So basically, we're just gonna follow in.
I mean, it was just
on the right of it.
Ridiculous. And so,
Stay with the cones.
I'm still, as the day goes on, still very concerned about any sort of outside agitators malingering as protesters, causing trouble. But
you want me to go to
that's
that
why it's
other
so
vehicle
important
there?
that everybody there acts as a citizen
Yeah, if
journalist.
you wouldn't
reports
mind, and
everything.
if we can at least
Just
identify the
roll tape
driver
on
there,
everything.
because
It might be the thing
based on
that saves everybody.
independent witnesses report to me, it sounds like a
Let's keep
full-on,
going. ULX 20 bucks. Well, thanks so much. Thank you, truckers from Boston. The world is watching. Stay strong. You know, the world really is watching. I don't think Justin Trudeau in his insular bubble really understands the international interest in this story. I think this is the biggest story in the world right now. Isabel M, 20 bucks. God bless. Well, thanks so much. Becca Henderson. Thank you, truckers.
Hey, thanks all of you guys for,
I was hospitalized with depression because I lost all hope. When I was released from the hospital, I saw the convoy, and I have been filled with hope ever since. I feel happy again. Thanks. Becca, you're not alone in that sentiment. In fact, I talked to Mocha Bezergan just about every night. He calls me to report just how the sense of what's happening on the convoy. And you can, his excitement, it's palpable. This is the first time in a couple of years where there's hope, there's passion, and people feel something different in the air, that people are no longer, even people who were true believers at the beginning of this, they're done going along to get along. Everything was a lie. The go get jabbed and you'll get back to normal, that was a lie. Stay home, stay safe, that was a lie. Everybody's still getting Omicron. 2 weeks to flatten the curve was 23 months ago. And so this is, I think, really a pivotal moment for change. And in the end, even if the politicians do not set us free, the people stood up, because that's all you can do. And so, Becca, I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better, but that effect is happening to a lot of people across the country right now, and I hope the truckers know that. My BD Minky gives us 20 bucks. I likely butchered your name there. God bless and protect all your people. Thank you, truckers. Unity is beautiful. Sending love from the heart of the USA. Freedom Convoy 2022. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. JDJ555. 20 bucks. Hi from South Africa. Canadians. Oh, sorry. Hi from South Africa. Respect for the truckers and the people of Canada. You have started something good. Boy, I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Mika BC, 20 bucks. Freedom is essential. Canadians are one with the truckers. Mandate freedom. Thank you, Canadian truckers and the rebels.
We got very few miles to make today. Just
It's an honor actually to be able to be trusted enough by the truckers to tell their stories, because I know they sure don't trust the mainstream media. Let's keep going, and maybe if we can't get to a Rebel, we can pull up Alexa's interview with that trucker that she did from last night. I thought that was incredible. Kimba gives us $25, best cover very inspiring. McQuinn gives us $10. I'm so thankful for what you're doing. I'm one of the ones who can't be vaccinated due to health. I haven't been in a store in 2 years, suffering from PTSD due to the hospital shutdowns. You know, you're why the truckers are there. You know, you're why our team wakes up every day, opens up our emails and says, oh boy, we have a gazillion stories to get to, and we better try to get to as many as we possibly can. Because this isn't about numbers, this isn't about hospital beds, it's about real people and how their lives are being irreparably harmed by these lockdowns. And the rewards that they told us would be there, they just aren't. Raphael gives us $50. Thanks so much. You say great job. Throne 18, $20. God bless the truckers. Praying for you all from the United States. Boy, there's a lot of Americans watching. I'm so glad to hear that. Alazia, $20. Many blessings to all the freedom fighters and brave truckers who stand up for humanity.
The accident in Canada Avenue, ambulance has been diverted to a priority call, so they're sending another one over to that location.
Shanna from LA. Wow, this is great. You're in the People's Republic of California. It's just as bad there as it is here. LJ Christ, $5. Except we don't, sorry, going back to Shanna, except we don't have the third world diseases here that you guys have. Go ahead. Sorry to say. LJ Christ, $5. Rebel News and the Salty Cracker, rocking the world. Wow, we're trying. Bombastic Bushkin gives us $10. God bless Rebel News. Where would we be without you? Go truckers, go. Freedom is mandatory in Canada. You don't need permission to be free. Amen. Joyful from the Heart gives us $10. Truckers. I watched you pass through Scarborough on Thursday. I've been feeling so low before I went and left feeling so full of hope and joy. I'm praying for your safety and success. God bless you. Susie Bastard.
I don't know if there's anything we can do about it, but
Susie, thank you.
Sure.
I did not expect such a freedom rally to come from Canada after watching the state of things there for the last 2 years. You restored my faith in a freedom-loving humanity. You know, this is something that we as Rebel News employees know, because we're out in the field all the time. We know that we call the other side the mainstream media, but it's really not the mainstream. We're the mainstream. We're the one most days with the most viewers, most supporters, in touch and in tune with the normals, because most of us are really normal people. My husband is in the oil field trucking industry. We're farmers. I'm by and large a stay-at-home mom. The only really classically trained journalist we have at the company is David Menzies. Everybody else is a normal person who sees a deficit with the mainstream media, and we stepped in to fill the void. You know, when you say, like, if not me, then who? Well, may as well be us. So when that's, I think, we know that the truckers are not that which the mainstream media says they are. They're just normal people doing a normal job, giving voice to the concerns of the normal people. And we know that. And I refuse to listen to the mainstream media who told us anything different about the freedom protesters over the last 2 years. And I think now we're at the event horizon, as they say. Mick3CA gives us $1 and says, if freedom is returned, then a law needs to be in place to give unjabbed and unmasked people who lost their jobs from tyranny immediate paid employment. Grouchy Monk gives us $50. Thanks so much. You tell us we're doing a great job. Well, I appreciate that. John Entwistle, $10. Let's get the 27,000. We have got 27,000 watchers. I had no clue. 27,000 watchers to donate just $10. Seriously, this is about freedom from the corrupt mainstream mafia media. That's what we should call them. The mafia media. Jamboree Jones, $5. Minnesota neighbors stand with you, Canada. Well, thanks so much. You know, our Minnesota friends and neighbors, Manitoba,
Southern Manitoba does so much business with Manitoba, and it's such a shame that a vaccine mandate stands in the way of people who have been lifelong friends, neighbors, and co-workers who are on either side of the border in our border towns. It's a disgrace from both of our governments. Countdown Radio gives us $10. Kudos to all Canadians supporting the truckers from North Dakota. Again, my husband used to do a little bit of trucking in North Dakota in the oil patch there. And again, we're keeping friends, neighbors, colleagues, and coworkers apart because of these ridiculous vaccine mandates from our politicians and from yours in the White House, not in your state house. Great job, Rebel Media. Thank you. Well, thanks so much. Lone Behold, that's kind of a neat way to spell that. $36. Thank you, truckers, for standing up for our charter rights and freedoms. Well, thanks so much. Boy, these just go on forever. You guys, thanks so much. As I'm reading these, you'll see images of the truck convoy protest in Ottawa. So go ahead and continue watching there as I read these out. And if you would like to read, or if you would like for me to read out a message to the truckers, now's your chance. Go to Rumble, send us a rant, go to Odyssey, send us a hyper chat, and go to Super U, send us a shout. Your donations go to support our independent coverage of the convoy. We've got entire teams of journalists. Our Quebec team is there. Most of our Ontario team is there, including the boss man, Ezra Navant, our head of operations. He's there too. It's just enormous. It's hard to get any sort of video feed out of Parliament Hill because there are so many people there live streaming. But our team is also sending us visual footage along the way as we go. But if you'd like me to read a message to the truckers, now's your chance. Because we know the truckers do watch us, and they are, and gratefully, they trust us to tell their side of the story because the mainstream media is definitely getting it wrong. Lone Behold sent us $36. Thank you, truckers, for standing up for our charter rights and freedoms. $20. God bless the truckers. Sheila, check out the videos for truckers convoy in Germany in support of Canada. I definitely will. Thank you so much. The world is ready for freedom. Peace to all.
The country or nothing. It's just about themselves.
Oh boy, this is a Spanish name. Guaidojas? I'm not sure if that's right. I'm very sorry if I butchered it. $5. Cheers, Canada. X-Files. $20. Lost my this is terrible. I'm so sorry. Lost my coffee shop due to the mandates and the craziness now. Dawson Creek, BC. That's terrible. Just you. The worst part is that this is just one person, but this is you are one of hundreds of thousands of people dealing with the economic catastrophe created by the overreaction to Omicron and the stomping of our civil liberties and this weird situation where the government is now in the middle of our relationships with our friends and family because of the vaccine mandates and the restrictions on who can gather in our homes. And we've got customers in conflict with business owners and also vice versa. I mean, it's just, it makes me ill. There's a third person in every relationship now, and it's the government. Franco Man gives us $100. Wow, appreciate that. Thank you so much. Freedom lets us talk how we want and explain about yourself to be how you want yourself. You can protest for what you believe is right, and even if it's wrong, you are able to express it. That's the thing.
That's for all trucks or
there should be no one in government, nobody in media telling you to shut up. They don't have to listen to you. But they don't get to shut you up and censor you.
Copy, thank you.
Beth Harris gives us $25. Conservative Tim Houston in Nova Scotia will find peaceful demonstrators, pray for freedom and for peace. Maybe, Mr. Producer, you can throw that up on the screen. Nova Scotia, Ezra mentioned it off the top of the show. They are preventing people from going out to the highways to support the truckers. Now, this is a province that never did anything when anti-fracking protesters ground provincial highways to a halt. Never did a damn thing. For weeks on end, they didn't do anything. But now, locals in small towns, yeah, look at this, directions from the minister under a declared state of emergency. They are saying that stopping parking or operating a vehicle or putting an item such as a manner to create or contribute to a partial or complete blockade of the normal flow of vehicle traffic on a road, street, or highway, or participating on, aiding, encouraging, or supporting an interruption of normal flow of vehicle traffic at a location near Highway 104 in Cumberland County, Nova Scotia, blah, blah, blah.
channel for me.
And just keep going down. Basically, they made it illegal
up here, Bob, but I haven't heard much chatter on it.
Yeah, see, participating in the stopping, so not just stopping, because I might see their point if they're like, no, we want to keep the flow of traffic going here. But it's not just stopping. It's gathering on the side of the highway. So they preface it all by saying, oh, this is about stopping and impeding the flow of traffic. Okay, I'm willing to hear those arguments. Why didn't you do it for the hippies that are always out there blocking the road? Extinction Rebellion, I'm looking at you. But fine, we're getting around to getting to it now. But that's not what this is about, because it is the gathering of people along the side of the road. So people safely off the side of the road, in the ditch, on the shoulder. You can't do that either, and that is directly designed to block support for the convoy. Shame on Tim Houston. You are not a conservative. You're not a conservative. You're a censor who's limiting peaceful protest in this country. Shame on you. You're a disgrace.
Brakes.
Gary Fleming. 50 bucks. Thank you so much. The truckers are our foot soldiers. Thanks, God bless. You know, it's funny because I always joke about Antifa being the foot soldiers of the left. But yeah, the useful people, the people who have actual skills, those are the foot soldiers on our side, and they're undoing all the damage done by politicians and academics. And we've got Ezra, and he's back in his hotel. Looks like he's warming up. Hi, boss. I'm just going through some of the messages that people from all across, frankly, the world. We've had messages from Israel, the United States, some of the border states, LA. They're sending messages directly to the truckers. So I'm just going through some of those. You're back in your hotel room warming up. I'll give you a chance to talk while I take a drink of my coffee.
OPP there to direct everybody through, so start surging to your right when you can safely get ready for that. Before they start sectioning us away from the inside, eastbound guys said that they're not allowed in the city, that they're trying to depart outside the city. They're staying in the hammer lane on one side. That mark? Maybe I'll slip in front of you and get up there. Brakes coming up. Who am I talking to? Her. Kind of come. And then you can shoot through. So you get in front of me there, white there. Yeah, I'm coming up. Right in front. You on? Oh, he's got room. He's good. Let's just keep it this way because she keeps flipping around. Any comms clear for 1 sec, please? Clear for 1 sec, please. The eastbound guys on Lat 1, and they said that they're trying to pull them in the parking lots outside. They were asking if we made it in town, so when we get into the inside of town, do not leave. Brake, center lane. Trailer's gonna have a hard. Squeeze the fucker out there. Tighten up, boys. Squeeze them out. That's the guy that keeps vanilla faces on, the bum mask, and all the other high seats. I talked to him personally. It's White Bear. Yeah, he snuck in.
the voice of Canadians that have come here in a massive humanity to speak against what he's doing in this country. We want children to have their parents watch them play hockey, gymnastics, all those things. Well, fuck you!
Oh, we got some major gaps going on because of the fire trucks, guys.
And the social distancing ends today. I traveled here from Manitoba. I joined the convoy to throw our support behind him, and I saw nothing less than Canadians standing up, shoulder to shoulder, grandfathers and mothers teaching their kids what patriotism is. Mr. Trudeau, you have no mandate to govern any longer. That's the people's mandate to you. And as has been said, if we start electing people that respect our Constitution and our Charter of Rights, we will turn this country back in the way it should. We don't need a government to run us. We've had far too much of government representation to the people. It's the people.
We're gonna take back this time and bring it back to the meeting. Oh yeah. Where domination is a goal. Carry money to control. Make you pass it so you won't fight. But make no mistake, it's a fight of your life. Well, you children, why didn't you fight for me? Oh, the children thank you that theirs are free. Well, if they find you made it in a China lab, we gotta give back our freedom. Well, if they find you made it in a China lab, we gotta take back our
You are not part of this movement.
Pat King's feed, it's just packed in Ottawa. It's so exciting. So great. Oh, we're gonna hear it? Okay, so I'll try to put it up to the mic here.
Three Alpha 240.
Three Alpha 240, go ahead.
Just to confirm it yourself, and 3 Alpha 248 and Alpha 240.
We are Canada!
Standby.
CC Turcot.
Say hi, Kelly. We're live. We're live.
Yankee 96, we're all together, standing by.
You ready for your big speech?
Thank you.
Not big enough. 5 minutes.
It is.
Being a friend.
Exactly. Let's say hi to my followers.
That vehicle's been removed and you can search me one time.
Des polices à toutes les grandes villes canadiennes.
3 Papa 097.
3 Papa 097, what?
Okay.
10-8 from that crash. I got a 1019 Ottawa crash.
Hein? Hein?
Il y a un autre convoi qui arrive.
Pour vrai? Oh yeah, il y a un autre convoi qui arrive. Nice. On descend. Si jamais ça coupe, c'est parce que ma batterie est morte. Puis j'ai plus de batterie d'extra. Hein? Ah, je comprends ça. Les orteils, moi, mes jambes, j'ai senti.
Et quelle heure, là?
Je le sais pas. Tantôt, quand on est revenu au pont, il était 1h. Fait qu'il va être proche de 2-3 heures. Je me dis, il faut passer par ce pont-là.
Moi, tantôt, il était bloqué à gauche.
C'est parce qu'il y a quand même un convoi. Ils ont juste bloqué l'accès pour pas que les gens... On est rendu sur Queen.
Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to keep an eye out here. Okay, I think I have time for another, at least one more song. I need to sing. I know there's so many people that are, you know, doing the right thing.
Where are you waiting for? They go right
No, Dana, I'll just be inside the window.
Perfect. Oh, nice. Very nice.
Have you fired anywhere else?
Well, thank you, ladies.
I'm still waiting to hear back.
We the people.
There now, 0 pedestrians.
That's where they've joined the others on the overpass. Their vehicles are still just next to the 470. They usually just join in from that trail that you created.
Yeah, I'm here. Got started in English shortly, but our strategy is just to try to the best way that we can. Yeah, that works. Thank you.
That's what you kept saying, 99th Street. You came in on 99th.
And 3 Alpha 99, are you still at that location as well, or have you cleared?
Close up the pack.
Where are you at? I can see you.
Thank you.
Well, I've got to turn around. I'm on the Ridge Road now. Just went eastbound at Wanda.
Okay, we were right there.
Locking everything up, guys.
Down to Walkley. Vehicle driving in a convoy. There are 2 young kids, female, male, getting out of a white pickup truck with smoking marijuana. Anybody else?
My location in it, on ramp, I've got some pedestrians in the vehicle. I'm going to try and get over to get
fraudulent and no to your house arrest. No closing our businesses down. Want you out of our town. There's no code, there's no cure. Why your race is insane. No to this crazy.
Hello everybody, how's it going, freedom fighter?
No to your new.
We're gonna have Emily come up and run us through Old Canada.
The two tow operators for that MVC are currently relocated to.
Good afternoon, Esteban. I invite you to take off your hat if you like. We're so proud of being Canadians this week, so here's our chance to come together. We're going to sing the national anthem. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command, with glowing hearts we sing thee rise, the true north, strong and free, from far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free.
You obtained some phone numbers and emails for the involved motorists? That's 10-4. I'll meet up with you and get that info when you have a chance.
Connie, are you here to lead us through a prayer? Where are you?
I'm right here.
There she is.
Of course, you can clear with that info. Thank you.
They're gonna stretch it out. I asked to have at least 25 to 50 vehicles to stop.
And you can show me leaving Phoenix,
Before we get started, we're going to have a word of prayer. We know that this fight isn't just between government and the people. We know it's not just between companies and the workers. We know it's not just between the vaxxed and the unvaxxed. It's between good and evil. This is a fight for our life, our very life. If we don't win this fight, we lose everything. The only way we are going to be successful is with the Almighty God. Almighty God and Father, you are the Most High, and we come before you today as people, united against tyranny and evil from the highest offices in our land. We ask that you call, that as you call each person to rise up in peaceful protest, against the wrongs that have been committed upon us as individuals and as a nation, that we will humble ourselves and pray and turn from our own wrongs and ask forgiveness, and that you will hear our cries from heaven, and that you will heal our land. We especially ask protection for all of our truckers, for our police on guard, frontline doctors and nurses, first responders, and everyone else who has joined in the convoy to Ottawa. Lord, please surround your people with mighty angels, and Lord, please keep them safe and unharmed as they stand for freedom. We ask that any evil plots that have been formed to cause trouble and harm would be halted in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Lord, we thank you for unity between our people, our towns, our cities, and our provinces. We thank you for the politicians who are standing with us, and we pray for the ones who still have to be awakened. We thank you for unity with our First Nations people, Lord, and for making their voices heard, and for our veterans who have fought for freedom and stood on guard for this country, and everyone who is now standing, no matter their heritage, their religion, or their vaccination status. We come against the spirit of division that seeks to destroy our country and our relationships and our love with one another. We also ask, Lord, that you would bring truth and power into political offices in Ottawa and all other provinces, cities and towns, and that you would clean out the rampant corruption and replace it with people who stand for truth and justice, and we, the people of this great nation. We ask for restoration of our constitutional and God-given rights and freedoms. Lord, we stand on guard for the glorious nation that you have blessed us with. Please lead us as we march forward with freedom and peace in our hearts. We know the battle is not ours, Lord, but yours. We also ask that your light will shine as a beacon to all other nations as they join what our Canadian truckers have begun.
Stay there. Give me like a store we could head to, and then by that be directed. Any four-wheeler
pray for our children who have suffered so much in the past 2 years, and for all the children who have suffered and are still suffering even more, and I think a lot of you know what I mean.
There's a shitload of
We
four-wheelers
pray
coming
for
up
your
on the
mercy
right-hand
on
side
them
here.
and swift justice for those who have hurt our little ones and for our young people. Lastly, O Lord, we ask for a great revival in this land and in all the world. A revival of our health, a revival and restoration of families, revival of jobs and economies, restoration of our food supplies and our necessary goods. But most of all, Lord, we ask for great revival and outpouring of your Holy Spirit in our hearts and across our land. We continue to pray without ceasing and no longer live in fear of sickness, but to care and love one another as we have been taught. And so I ask all of us to join together in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Trumpets and shofars. The most famous appearance of trumpets and shofars was in the time of Joshua and the walls of Jericho. As the walls of Jericho were surrounded and the trumpets and shofars were blown, the walls of Jericho fell and victory was achieved. I have blown the trumpet for 3 years, having no idea what was coming. And in the last 2 years, I have gone out faithfully when God has told me to go out and take my dad's very old trumpet and just blow to the heavens. And when I did not know what to say in words, on behalf of the children of our land, I know when that sound reached heaven, God heard. God heard. And never in my wildest dreams did I think that the horns of the trucks would be the battle cry and would be our rescue. And God works in amazing ways. This is about the children. This is about the future for the children. And I would like little Peyton to come forward, please. All right, that's Today is Peyton's second birthday. Peyton has never lived a day where she has been in a free country. But today, on her second birthday, we are going to celebrate.
They were just waiting a couple more minutes.
I have blown this trumpet for 3 years, and I think it's about time a little 2-year-old gave her shot at blowing the trumpet to the Lord.
You've also got Ottawa police up there controlling traffic. That's where most of the trucks are getting off on.
Can we sing happy birthday to her?
Sure. Let the regular flow of traffic go ahead and make sure the convoy stays to the left. Sorry, to the right.
Happy birthday, little Peyton. Happy birthday to you.
So it was so loud downtown last night. Holy.
All right. For the children.
Apparently they have it all controlled after that. I'm gonna walk over here and I'll let you guys know when.
If I can have you switch over to Ottawa Flag Range Talk Group, and specifically VRO2. Suppose comes through.
This is the battle cry of Jericho. Let the walls fall down. Woo. Mine froze. Okay.
The Rough Rider or the Slow Blow, whichever one I'll settle for.
Thank you, everybody. Canada West convoy, you got a copy? That's us. Troy, Canada. God, they're lying. It's so obvious. Fort, huh? We got Fort, huh? Yeah, Mark from yeah, this is the runner. We're at from just the public side of it, from Alberta to here. If that wasn't 50% of the population, then I'm like stand tight. Next time you hit a mile marker, turn off marker or something, just call it out, please. 40, turn off. Yeah, make sure you're back to those 4. I think you're getting walked down. What was that, sorry? We just passed 144. convoy at? Everybody staying in the center. That's where we're at. Nobody move from center lane. Put your four-ways on. Relay that back to the four-wheelers. Center lane. Four-wheelers stay in the center lane. Everybody stay in the center lane. Keep your four-ways on.
Pass back also. Have your four-ways on, please. Wheel drive back. Stay in the center lane. Four-way flashers on.
Four-wheelers. Make sure your four-way flashers are on.
Technical difficulties, guys. Justin Trudeau shut our power off. Okay, let's try this again. Thanks everyone for coming out to support our fight for freedom and to support the convoy to Ottawa and all the truckers fighting for us by delivering freedom. For those that don't know me, my name's Jay Riedel. I have been here on the streets fighting since December 2018.
Alpha 2 Flight 0 10-4. Dave, is there any issues there? OPS is, we have that intersection shut down. We get lost.
The convoy in Regina when Trudeau was at the university. I was also an organizer of the 2019 convoy to Ottawa, where my brother-in-law and I took this very truck across Canada. We are fighting for oil and gas and fighting against the carbon tax that is basically now taking a huge chunk of our paychecks and threatening our mines and our power plant jobs. We've been fighting this a long time and we've never given up because we've been waiting for you! We've said all along that we will only get the numbers once people are directly affected. Well, in light of what's happening right now in Canada and around the world, people are affected and we've had enough!
You can get the clearing in, I can get some cleared off.
I've always said, a true leader listens to everyone. According to Justin Trudeau, we're just a small fringe group displaying unacceptable behavior. Looks like a pretty small group across Canada right now. I've always said, a true leader makes sure people can afford to live with an acceptable quality of life. A true leader doesn't segregate the nation and divide its people. I am currently now the mayor in the village of Ross-Percy, and I'm perplexed at the lack of involvement from our other elected officials. Where are they? Where's the mayor? Where's the MP? Where's our MLA? Where are they? Why are they not out here starting to fight for us? We pay our wages. This government works for us.
Cone on the left, cone on up in the front. This is a 100-meter stretch.
You represent the people, and so far you're always sticking to the script, the narrative. Why don't you push the government to open a debate? Since 2018, we've been fighting to keep our jobs in the oil field. I traveled across Canada, hosting town halls, lobbying for the coal mine, the power plants, the carbon capture. Canada has some of the best technology in the world when it comes to our resources. A real leader would promote these globally. A real leader would stop the virtue signaling and find a true balance between our great resources, the environment, and our way of life. Canadians generally are tired of restrictions and wary of government overreach. They're tired of being told to wear masks and not to take part in large family gatherings. Parents and grandparents are tired of being unable to watch their kids play hockey or take in their child's events. Canadian small business owners are tired of watching their enterprise they have spent a lifetime building fall apart because of health restrictions that closed them down. The mental health of far too many people in our communities has gone through the pandemic layer. And we're all going a little stir-crazy, wondering what will happen next. As once again we decide to postpone that road trip or
what the damage is. They want to leave, exchange information, that's fine.
Vaccinations were supposed to help return the country, lure to some sense of normalcy. But even after the government has called for a needed third dose of COVID-19, we're still not there yet. Will we ever be there yet?
How long is this going to go on? Forever? People are at the point of moving on. We can't keep doing the same things expecting different results. Now that the border mandates have come into play, the trucking community pegs the number of trucks unable to cross the border at around 38,000. Our supply chain has already succumbed to major disruptions and there's no end in sight. That's 38,000 loads not coming into Canada. That's 38,000 loads not returning to the U.S. There's no doubt we are all here, tired, weary, concerned for empty shelves, concerned for rising food costs, concerned for the cost of living going up. There's too much month at the end of the money, and frankly, we've had enough. We call on Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and President Joe Biden to remove the vaccination mandate against the trucking industry. These truckers are the heroes that selflessly drove through the pandemic, keeping our supply chain flowing. We call on our government to remove all restrictions and hold Canadians hostage. And we need the media to stop at the cases. We need the media to stop the fear-mongering. Sick of hearing it on the radio, the TV, everywhere. We don't need mandates, we need freedom. We're going to have a couple more speakers here, guys. We're going to do a little convoy. If you guys want to join in, we're going to go to North Paddling back. And we'll get all these horns honking and the flags flying. If you guys all make it to Ottawa, we can't make it to Regina. So let's go to North Paddle. We'll do a meet the rail, show our support to the American truckers, the Canadian truckers that can't cross the border. And thank you guys all for coming, and Emily is going to come and give a little speech. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Jay. Thank you, Jay. Thanks, everybody, for coming out.
Speech, dude. What?
Thanks for coming out, Esteban. Have you been watching the footage of the convoy this week? Make some noise! Have you seen the lineups of people on frozen highways? Have you seen the overpasses filled with people? Have you felt the positivity? Have you felt the joy? Have you felt the unity? Yeah! Has it brought tears to your eyes? Because it has for me.
Yes,
have you seen the personal stories of how this affects people grateful to take off their masks? Children at school not having to wear masks. People that can return to their jobs possibly without having to take an experimental shot. People feeling hopeful for the first time in 2 years. This all matters. Thank you for coming out today. Just 2 years ago, I was skiing in Banff, and I had never heard of a town called Wuhan, China. Just 2 years ago, I believe the government had my best interests at heart. And just 2 years ago, I believed I lived in a free country. 2 years ago, we started hearing of a cruise ship that had people that were suffering from the coronavirus. And then everything shut down, toilet paper shortages, and that was a mere 2 years ago. I'll share a personal story that a mere 1 year ago, I came to a protest here on these same streets and this same step. And then on Monday morning, my co-workers wanted me to test for their safety. And SaskHealth said, you don't need to test, you're fine, you're healthy. And I asked, could I work from home or could I just not go to work for a couple weeks? And I ended up being fired from that job 1 year ago, only because I didn't want to have an invasive test and I wanted to respect my own bodily autonomy.
Yeah, I haven't cleared it yet.
Here we are 1 year later, and we have an invasive medical procedure being an invasive medical tyranny system being enacted in every store, and not every store yet, being enacted in restaurants, movie theaters, and public events.
Doesn't matter to me.
In less than 2 years, we've got to a place where in a free country you never thought you would see that. So where will we be in 1 year from now? If we don't rise up right now, if we don't support the truckers that went to Ottawa, if we don't support everybody else in Saskatchewan, with thousands of people in Regina right now, they had to cap the semis at 500 in Regina. That's amazing for Saskatchewan. There was a convoy from Carrot River that left at 6 a.m. today to get to Regina. There were 6 different convoy routes descending in our legislature. You can bet it's pretty epic going on there now. So for everyone uniting in peace today, in harmony, in respect, this is because in 1 year from now, we don't want to have 5 jobs to go to the grocery store.
3 Delta 105.
We don't want to have a social credit system to access our bank accounts or to send our children to school, or any manner of ways that our freedom can be restricted. However you choose to support your own health, whatever you choose to be afraid of or not afraid of, you should have the freedom to determine that for yourself. I keep thinking of the saying, evil prevails when good people do nothing. Thank you for coming out today and showing that good people are doing something. Thank you. Jay, who's up next?
Do you want me to start off?
So I know Jay wants to have us come down to North Portal, everybody on the highway. But at first, I'll back over to you, Jay.
If there's any unit on 2 Belleville, I'll use it to advise.
Thank you, Emily, for that. So, if anybody hasn't noticed, about 2 hours ago, Scott Moore made a statement.
10-4. Whenever you're 10-8, you're back.
And here it is, right in the preview of Saskatchewan. I want to start with a clear and simple message to every Saskatchewan and Canadian trucker, farmer, and individual who has contributed to keeping our communities operating over the last 2 years. Thank you. Thank you for delivering the food and household products we all use every day. The parts and equipment that keep our farms and industries running, and every other kind of goods and product you can imagine. If you bought something today, a trucker delivered it, so thank you. You also deserve a special thank you for everything you have done over the past 2 years since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. In the early days of the pandemic, when we did not know much about COVID-19, we shut a lot of things down and asked most people to stay home, but not truckers. We asked you to keep working despite the risk because of how much we rely on you to keep our sales stocked, our economy going, and our communities open. We asked truckers to do this because we needed you. We all rely on you, and what did you do? Truckers stepped up and kept on hauling. They crossed provincial borders and they crossed the U.S. border. You did this prior to rapid tests, prior to early intervention treatments, and prior to vaccines. You took the necessary precautions, you kept yourself and those around you safe, and you delivered the things that people in Saskatchewan needed to live. I want to be clear on how I feel about vaccines. I am fully vaccinated with my booster shot, he says. This did not prevent me from recently contracting COVID-19. But I believe it did keep me from becoming sick. In fact, I really had no symptoms at all, other than cabin fever. Oh, poor Scott. My experience was similar to many other vaccinated people. Vaccination does not keep you from contracting COVID-19, but it does prevent most people from becoming seriously ill. That said, because vaccine is not reducing transmission, the current federal border policy for truckers makes no sense. An unvaccinated truck driver does not pose any great risk of transmission than a vaccinated trucker. However, the current federal policy does pose a significant risk to Canada's economy and to the...
Slow rolling back, boys. Slow roll. Four-wheelers, slow roll. Slow roll, slow roll.
All units on 2 Perth, be advised you're switching tower groups. 2 Perth, switch to 2 Ottawa, CRO2. Again, 2 Ottawa, CRO2.
They're supposed to be blocking traffic and letting them go, but...
Hi, I'm Sebastian. My name is Sandy Wilson.